Taehyung finally addressed his back tattoo during a live stream with Namjoon, J-Hope, and Jimin. When asked about the design, he expressed surprise that people already knew about it. Taehyung explained that it all came to light because Jimin lifted his shirt without permission during the second concert in Stanford. It was an awkward and incredibly rude moment on Jimin's part, as he invaded Taehyung's personal space and revealed something he didn't want to show yet. Now, Jimin is acting like an innocent angel, but what happened on stage was an invasion of Taehyung's privacy. The tattoo is still a work in progress, and Taehyung mentioned in today's video that he had planned to upload it to Instagram, but in a way that would make it difficult to recognize exactly what it was. It's clear that Taehyung was very upset by Jimin's behavior and the way he exposed something so private before he was ready to make it public. It's clear that controlling when and how to reveal his tattoo was very important to Taehyung. While he was trying to stick to his own plans, Jimin's actions ruined the surprise and exposed it to everyone without his consent. Listening to Taehyung, it's clear he was very unhappy with how things were revealed. He had everything arranged to show off his tattoo in his own way, but because of that disrespectful act at the concert, the design ended up being seen prematurely. At Stanford's last concert, we witnessed a very special moment between Jungkook and Taehyung that demonstrates how close they are. If you look closely at the video angle, you can see how Jungkook quickly switches his microphone to his other hand to free his arm. He did this so he could hold Taehyung and pull him closer. This gesture proves that Jungkook is always attentive to Taehyung and that his favorite place is by his side, no matter what happens on stage. Jungkook doesn't waste any time. As soon as he holds him, he gazes intently at him, making it clear that Taehyung is his priority. There's nothing hidden here, it's a direct sign of how happy they are together. For them, being close during the concert isn't a secret, but something that comes naturally. Jungkook always seeks to be near Taehyung, showing that his company is what matters most to him during every performance. This moment is one of the most beautiful we've seen on the tour because it showcases the trust they have in each other. Jungkook doesn't hesitate to seek physical contact and hold Taehyung, confirming that they look out for each other at all times. It's a simple reality to observe: being together is what truly makes them happy. Every time they're on stage, Jungkook demonstrates that he prefers to be by Taehyung's side than anywhere else, and we can see that connection in every one of their movements. The way Taehyung looks at Jungkook is immediately striking. You can clearly see how Taehyung is mesmerized by having Jungkook so close on stage. Throughout the entire moment, Taehyung doesn't take his eyes off him, keeping them fixed on Jungkook the whole time. There's clearly a strong tension between them, one that we as viewers can perfectly feel even through the screen while watching the video. Jungkook also reacts to this closeness, and it's certain that he feels the same as Taehyung in that moment. It's not an ordinary look, it's a direct connection that keeps them linked in front of everyone. The tension that arises when they're this close is the main focus of this moment. For those of us watching, it's clear that neither of them wants to break that connection, as they remain focused on each other, oblivious to everything else happening around them. As if all this weren't enough, after they finally break eye contact, Taehyung makes a very pronounced gesture by rolling his eyes and sticking out his tongue. This kind of reaction occurs right after that moment of high tension between them. It's a clear sign of what Taehyung feels being so close to Jungkook. This whole episode reinforces what we always see: the way they look at each other and how they react to one another is proof that their closeness is real and constant. Let's talk about this moment that has left many of us pondering. We can see Jungkook walking right past Taehyung, getting so close they're practically touching. It's such a direct closeness, to the point where there's barely any space between them. Taehyung, feeling him so close, turns his face to get a better look. What's most striking is that neither of them moves to separate. Instead, they choose to stay together in that same position, maintaining contact right there in the middle of the concert. Watching this scene, one wonders what Jungkook was really trying to achieve by getting so close. Did he want to grab Taehyung by the waist, or was he just trying to get Taehyung to make some space for him? The truth is, whatever the reason, the result is that they end up sharing a minimal amount of space while in front of the audience. That moment of looking at each other while practically glued to one another is an action that doesn't go unnoticed by anyone who follows Taekook. This interaction is yet another example of how they behave when they're together. Taekook is showcasing their bond in an increasingly clear and direct way during the tour. There's no need to look for complicated explanations, the facts speak for themselves. Jungkook chooses to approach him in that way, and Taehyung responds by allowing them to stay like that, close together, gazing into each other's eyes. It's a clear sign of their comfort with one another and how their relationship is displayed openly and honestly in front of the cameras. We have a new angle of a video from January 2, 2020, that shows once again how much Jungkook wanted to be close to Taehyung, right after his birthday. This clip was originally posted on TikTok China by a fan who decided to share it after a long time. According to the person who posted it, she kept these images private for 6 years and only recently published them in March of this year. In her account, she explains that back then, anyone who shared content about Taekook received attacks and a lot of hate, so she decided to remain silent to protect herself. The most relevant aspect of this footage is the information about what happens on screen. It's said that there were 2 kisses in total, and the clip we see now appears to be the first of them. We can identify the same male staff member in both videos, confirming that it's the same event. The person who posted it also mentioned how difficult it was to keep these images hidden for so many years, but now she has finally decided to bring them to light to remember what happened between them at that moment. This video is further proof that the connection between them is not something new, but a constant they have maintained over time. Although it took years for this moment to be seen by the general public, the clarity of the images speaks for itself. For those who follow their story, this discovery confirms that the closeness we have always noticed has been part of their reality for a long time, even when external circumstances didn't allow them to show it freely. Let's analyze this moment where Jin, Jungkook, and Taehyung are sitting together. Jin remarks that it's his star moment while blowing kisses, and both Jungkook and Taehyung playfully throw confetti at him. However, while Jin is doing his part, what truly stands out is the way Jungkook and Taehyung look at each other. It's not the look of ordinary friends, but rather the expression of the love they both feel when they're together, oblivious to everything else happening around them. While Jin acts like the superstar he is, Jungkook and Taehyung seem completely focused on each other. They gaze at each other in a way that makes it clear their priority is being together in that moment. It's evident how, despite being surrounded by other people, they maintain that eye contact that always characterizes them. It's an interaction that we, as fans, can easily notice because their expressions don't lie about what they feel when they share the same space. This reinforces what we constantly see. Taekook always makes it clear that they are meant for each other. They don't need to put on a big show to demonstrate their bond. Simply by looking at each other while sitting together, they convey that connection that is so natural to them. This moment when they accompany Jin is further proof that their love is real and direct, and that their complicity appears in any situation, confirming that they are always on the same page. Taehyung was lying back on stage, gazing up at the sky, when Jungkook turned to face him. At that moment, Jungkook gently tapped him with his microphone. It was a direct and clear action to get his attention while Taehyung was resting. This demonstrates how Jungkook always seeks to be present in Taehyung's space, even when the latter seems distracted or resting during the concert. This kind of contact is a testament to the dynamic between them. Jungkook doesn't hesitate to approach Taehyung to interact physically, using whatever objects are at hand. Taehyung's reaction to the touch confirms that they maintain constant communication, even when they aren't speaking. It's a clear sign of their comfort with each other, allowing these interactions in front of the entire audience without hesitation. Observing these moments allows us to better understand how their relationship functions on stage. Jungkook actively seeks out Taehyung, and Taehyung receives the gesture naturally. This isn't an isolated incident, but rather part of their everyday behavior when they share the same space. These actions confirm that for them, the stage is a place where they can maintain that deep and close bond, interacting directly with one another regardless of who is watching. In this video, Jungkook is seen relaxed on stage with his hands behind his head, focused on what's happening around him. Suddenly, Taehyung approaches him and affectionately touches his shoulder. Instantly, Jungkook turns and their eyes meet. Jungkook's response is immediate. He bursts into bright laughter and leans toward Taehyung, as if they were sharing something private or a secret in the middle of the concert. What's striking about this moment is the speed of the connection between the two. As soon as Taehyung makes contact with his shoulder, Jungkook reacts by searching for him with his eyes. Jungkook's laughter as he leans toward Taehyung shows that this closeness generates an immediate feeling of happiness in him. They both maintain a posture that isolates them from the rest of the environment, focusing solely on the exchange that just occurred between them. This is further proof of the complicity that exists between them. Nothing complex needs to happen for them to connect. A simple touch on the shoulder is enough to elicit that response from Jungkook. The way they look at each other and the laughter they share confirm that they have a relationship where simple gestures hold great meaning. Taekook shows, once again, that their closeness is real and that they communicate perfectly through small, shared actions.